Hey y'all.
Hey y'all. Sorry, I'm just trying to share in another group.
Oh, look, Jackson. Somebody said hi from Australia. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Go see what she's hollering about. We don't see the silk pad, but we need the parchment. Just use the regular parchment paper. It's fine. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our kitchen. Hey, how you guys doing? So I was in the kitchen making a sweet treat, and I thought, why don't you share this with the people? Because somebody might need a sweet treat. And I haven't started. Well, I did start, so let me not say that. But I only added in 2 ingredients, and I thought we could catch it. So I am doing these keto chocolate chip cookies. If for some reason you need a sweet treat, keto chocolate chip cookies work for me. These are not the 3 ingredient cookies that you would do with the peanut butter. These don't have peanut butter at all, and they are very good. I have a bad sweet tooth, and ma'am sees something out there that she is not happy with right now, so she is not here for it. But this recipe is from Low Carb with Jennifer. If you're looking for a chewy chocolate chip cookie that is keto friendly, and really I only need to eat 1 or 2 of these with a cup of coffee, and I'm set for the evening. She makes 18 cookies, I make 40. So I use, so again, she makes 18, I make 40, and I freeze half of them. So I go ahead and cook a batch that we usually can eat off for a good week. Before I couldn't figure out how Shelly from Shelly's Home Life was actually keeping her snacks for a whole week. But now that we've been doing keto for about 3 months, we really stay satiated, and we don't have to have treats all the time. But it is good to have something if I need it. And then I go ahead and pre-scoop out several, another batch. I flash freeze them for about 30 minutes to an hour until they become solid balls. And then I throw them in the freezer bag, and then they're easy to heat up. So we're going to get started, so this won't be a very, very long video. In this KitchenAid, which was a gift from a very beautiful friend of mine. If you're watching, I love you and thank you. I have 3/4 cup of coconut oil. I'm just using the Luana coconut oil from Walmart. And then I have 2 eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I'm just doing that on a low speed. That's probably just on 1. Next thing I'm going to do is take my almond flour, which is 3 cups of almond flour. Yep, that's a cup. Yep, and let me have the flour. So I'm going to do 3 cups of almond flour, but I'm going to add it in slow. And it makes a good moist cookie. It actually looks just like real cookie, cookie dough. That's 2 cups. That's I need the baking soda now, bud.
You need a half teaspoon of that?
So that's 3 cups of almond flour. Half a teaspoon. Yep. To that, I'm going to add in half a teaspoon of baking soda. Get that good and mixed around. And then my salt. Then I'm going to add in it says a half a teaspoon of salt. I just do some cracks and figure it out. So I just do some cracks in. And then we're going to give that a final good mix. And there it is. So it is very, very simple to put together. I'll tell you those ingredients again. Oh, I forgot my sweetener. Whoop, forgot the sweetener. Don't forget that or it will be a bad day. Would you bring that over? It's 2/3 cup of that. I'm not filming in my regular spot. Normally I'm on the other side of the kitchen, but the KitchenAid mixer is on this side. So we're going to do 2/3 cup of sweetener, and we're using the Sola brand sweetener. Actually, we're using the, I think we're out of that. So I think we're just using, what is it? The
Stevia?
Stevia, the Aldi brand of stevia is what we're using. And then I like to put in a tablespoon of this Truvia brown sugar. Just because I like to, I don't know why I put this in last time. I don't remember it, but Jackson said I did, so I'm going to do it now. Just so he has the same quality of cookie that he is used to. So with that, I have, I'm back up, and I'm just going to incorporate everything. I don't want my powdered sugar to, powdered sweetener to bounce back at me, so I'm doing it slow. I see some clumps, so I'm just going to keep. All right, can I get a spatula? Thank you. My kids are my helpers. They are my ride or dies. They help me do everything in my life. I know a lot of people say, why are your kids always helping you? Because they're here and they don't mind. Jackson loves to be in the kitchen. Alana didn't always like to be in the kitchen, but she does appreciate knowing how to fix her own meals in case for some reason mom is doing other things. Now they can definitely help me with that part of cooking. So let me give you this. Give that to somebody. And then I'm going to show you what this looks like. It is a very, very pliable dough. And when I say that, normally you can use either you can use coconut oil or butter. I normally use butter, but I'm using coconut oil this time. And it's just like a regular cookie dough. It's really how it comes together. And they enjoy being in the kitchen with me, and I enjoy having them in here. The last thing we're adding is 1 1/4 cups of the Lily's chocolate chips. You can add more or less if you like. I would definitely go with less. You don't have to do the whole 1 1/4 cup. So I'm just measuring out. That would be 5 of these. We'll do 4 and call it a week because we want to save some for another cooking project. Thank you, Alana. And so this is what it looks like now. And we're just going to gently fold in our chocolate chip cookies, and then we're going to scoop them out. So do I have my pans ready? And you probably can do well with 3/4 of the chocolate chips. You don't have to do a whole cup. It really is your preference. But if you want to get every piece of cookie having, just sit them there, sister. Oh, wow. I have, I've never had to cook for that many, but I have had to cook for a large amount. Definitely being younger. My grandmother was like, in the kitchen you go. So, you know, I had to do it. I was raised with 3 adoptive sisters, and I have 5 sisters on my dad's side. My grandmother adopted me. And you can replace the chocolate chips with anything else you like. I'm sure that is your diet specific or eating plan specific. If you wanted to put raisins, I'm sure you could, or whatever. You can use the cacao nibs if you wanted to do that as well. So whatever you need, that is eating plan specific for you. And so if I pull this out now, this is what my cookie dough looks like. Very much like, you know, regular chocolate chip cookie dough. Then I just dropped some on the floor. My coconut oil is very, very warm. So it might even be better for me to just put this in the fridge for a few seconds. So I'm going to just dump this in my fridge for a few seconds. Actually, in my freezer it went. And then we're just going to clean up here. And then we will continue to scoop those out. So again, she calls for 18 of these, and hers are 4 grams, or let me see, 4.6 grams of carbs, 2.3 fibers. So they end up being like 2.3 grams, net grams of carbs per cookie. That's for 18 of them. I make 40. So I break it down to be like one net carb per cookie. What is it that I need? Let's spray the cookie sheet. So I just have my regular cookie sheet lined with parchment paper, and I am going to scoop out these cookies. We're going to have to readjust, you guys. I got to get a different tripod. Something is not working in tripod land at our house, but you can see a little better that way. And I'm using a small cookie scooper. This is not a full size. This is a small one. So that's how I can get away with making more cookies, and I am doing less net carbs because I'm making them smaller. So I just like to take my pan spray and spray my cookie scoop so that my cookies do not stick. And I do 1 scoop, and that's my cookie. If my chocolate chip escapes, push it back in. And I can usually get 20 cookies per batch, up to 2 batches. It's okay, Mommy.
Last time you made...
Did I make 40 more or more?
No.
Maybe 38?
You put 19 on each pan. So you
Okay.
made
38. Let's not split hairs over that 20th cookie.
What's wrong, Mom?
In the oven, I'm making pork chops. So I've got some pork chops with some seasoning blend, or some peppers, onions, green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, and onions. And I'm going to put a barbecue sauce on that. So I've got that going. And then we'll probably do just some broccoli with that. So I just scoop these out. I use 1 full cookie scoop to make how many is that, Jack?
I think that's 12.
12? Okay.
Pretty sure.
I try not to make any more than 20 at a time, just because I don't want to get into the problem of us eating more. But these cookies are very filling, and I have really only been able to eat 2 at a time, and then I don't need to eat anything else because they are really enough.
Well, that's because you always have coffee.
And I do have coffee. Not bulletproof coffee, just regular coffee. But I'm a coffee drinker, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with my habits, thanks. And I would probably say that my preference is to do these using butter. But I didn't have my butter out in enough time to be soft. We got home really late. We normally are not out this late for church, but we were out late this evening. How many do I got now, bud?
I think you have 18. Then it should be 20. Well, that's 19.
2, 3,
That's
4. Okay, 19.
19. And that should be 20.
And 20. So I'm going to put these in my oven. At 350, they're going in for 10 minutes. Can you explain the purpose of the bullet coffee? Yes. So this is what they look like. And again, I did 20, and I still have half a batch of cookie dough left that I'm going to scoop out and freeze. So I'm going to put these in for 10 minutes. Woo, that's hot. Jesus, those pork chops. Okay, so the bulletproof coffee has your healthy fats, which is your MCT oil. If you use MCT oil, you can just use butter, a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of coconut oil. And really, so that gives you your healthy fats. For some people, I am not one of these people, it causes your digestion to start being activated and helps with that. And so that's why they call it bulletproof, because it shoots through you. I am not on that end of the spectrum. It does not happen to me at all like that. I enjoy the taste of bulletproof coffee, and it helps me get in my healthy fats, because normally I am not getting in enough of my fats during the day. So if I get it in my coffee, then I'm doing real good as far as trying to get in my healthy fats. Because remember, keto is high fat, healthy fat, moderate protein, and low carbs. So because my body's not getting the carbs, I need the healthy fats. And that's what the coffee is for, according to my understanding. But again, some folks, it helps with that digestive process. And yeah, coffee, and I can drink a pot of coffee and never move nowhere. I mean, my digestion is very stubborn. I think it's an inherited thing. I remember my grandfather being the same way. My children were the same. My older children are lactose intolerant. My younger children are not. But my older children cannot. They cannot. And don't give Shamika anything with milk or cheese. It's bad. But now she is a... Which Tarian is she, Jackson? She goes through so many Tarians, we forget.
She's a pescatarian.
She was a pescatarian. Then I think she went to vegetarian. I think she's vegan now. Yeah, I get so confused. So she's has much better digestive health now that she doesn't do any dairy products. But my older children cannot do any of them. Tran and Eva, it's a bad day. I'm going to have to get these in the freezer because they are starting to break down on me because I use the coconut oil. I'm positive. Normally I'll use butter, but like I said, my butter was not soft enough because I just kind of did this off the cuff. I'm going to show you my barbecue sauce, and then I'm going to end the video because the cookies should be done by then. Will you ask Alana to make a cup of coffee? So I hope you guys were able to see the video where I redid my coffee station.
Bulletproof or regular?
Just regular coffee is fine. Because I've got school tonight and I gotta get it. I need it. Okay, let me see. 4, 8, 12, 16. Okay. I'm getting 18 cookies out of that. So I got 38 cookies. I didn't get quite 40, but 38 is about the standard number that I'm normally used to getting. So I'm going to take these in. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to flash freeze these. So I just put that back on for my coffee, for the cookies, so I won't overcook the cookies. They should be out in the next few minutes. But I'm going to take my pork chops out because I'm going to pull out my pork chops. I put the pork chops on, the Muddy Buddies came out really good. And I was going to show them on the channel, but I'm out of pork rinds. So when next time I get some, I will make some. Let me close that back up so my cookies can cook. All right. I have 8 pork chops, and in here I've got just a regular loin cut pork chops, seasoned with salt and black pepper, and then a little garlic powder, and I put some onion blend on them. So onion, what else did I use? Peppers, green and red peppers. I had to use 2 different pans because this one wasn't big enough. I guess I could shove it in there if I really wanted to. Let me try. That way I'm only using 1 pan. So I don't use sugar, but I do use the Truvia brown sugar, and I really do like that. I'm actually going to put these 2 pork chops in here so I only have 1 pan. So I just, put these in the oven with a little bit of water. Oh, and I did put some white wine in here. Oh no, it's a little chilly, not cold. We have had some cold days, But we still have not turned the heat on yet. I'm trying to hold out as long as I can. I'm trying to hold out. We have had a couple of cold days, but nothing really, really bad. So I got my pork chops in there. And I want to do some sauce on it. So I'm going to use this G. Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce. And I'm going to put a little bit of the Truvia brown sugar. Just sprinkle a tablespoon or so on top. I really don't like the flavor of this, but I think it would be a little bit better with the brown sugar. My kids like this. I am not a fan. And this is the hickory flavor, but you know, it is what it is. And it does provide something in addition to just having regular pork chops. It's, I don't know if he's George or not. It just says G is what's on here. So he could be George. He could be. I'm really not sure. So I'm going to measure this out. Another thing with keto that's really big is the measuring. And I know a lot of people are not into measuring. I wasn't necessarily, but I've had to become better at it just because I need to be able to count all of my macros. So I'm going to do, let me see. I know on Weight Watchers, it's a little bit different. Let's see what my serving size is. Serving size is 2 tablespoons. So I'll do, we'll count that as 2 tablespoons. 3. That's about 6 tablespoons. And I've got 8 pork chops in there. All right. It's not bad, but it's just not my personal preference. I'd love to have some Sweet Baby Ray's, but I don't think that's going to happen. All right. So that's a tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Let me give that to somebody. And then I'm just going to mix that up. I probably could have waited to put the white wine in now, and that would have worked as well. And so all I'm going to do, here, I'll take it back. I'll take it. Thank you. Put that in the fridge. So take that up. Is now I'm just going to take this and drizzle this over the pork chops. Thank you, Leslie. And so it just kind of breaks up the boring, you know, just baked pork chops. It gives it a little bit of something. You could have made these with garlic. You could have made them Parmesan. I could have fried them, but we had fried last week, I think, something fried, chicken tenderloins or something. So I'm trying not to do as much frying, and I don't have pork rinds, so that's another reason why we are only doing baked today. And there it is. That is, I'm going to cook my cookies for a few more minutes because they're not quite as brown, but I'm going to actually change positions. Put them on the bottom. I'll do 2 more minutes. I like a nice brown cookie. And so Jackson's doing his Taekwondo competition for black belt. Alana's doing red. We have a lot of new kids at the dojo. So we're doing really, really good. Keto's going well. So we both of us had doctor's appointments this past week. My doctor is very pleased with my blood pressure. It is right where it should be, 120/74, I believe. Alana had a weight challenge. She had to not gain any weight from the time we went to the last time because we've been having some endocrine issues with her. Like, she sees a pediatric endocrinologist. And so when we went this time, because we were just really concerned, she did well. She didn't gain any weight, and the doctor said, because I was concerned as a parent, having her on keto. She's not as strict as me. I still allow them to have treats and different things. You know, if they want to, we went and had burgers today. I had burger in a bowl. They had burgers on buns. It's just my thing versus, you know, I'm not being so tight with them. But I even asked the doctor, and I kind of felt like she was going to tell me to take her off of it. But she was like, well, as long as it's working for you guys, it's fine. She's going to do blood work when we go back in March. So I have blood work in January. But so far, so good. It's been working out for us. And we don't miss anything. It's just substituting in other options for the foods we love to eat. I love to eat pork chops. I love to eat barbecue sauce. So I just found a sugar-free version with something that I can, you know, doctor up. I actually was going to make barbecue pork ribs, but my ribs turned out not to be good. I got them on a markdown and they didn't smell right, so I just didn't cook them. But I was going to marinate them in a little bit of cran pineapple juice, the diet kind. I was going to marinate them in the pineapple juice just to give it a different flavor. You know, you don't have to sacrifice flavor just because you're using a special eating plan. All you have to do is really stick to the plan. Maybe you don't lose. I mean, I haven't lost 25 pounds. I haven't. But I've lost a good amount of inches. And now I am losing. So whenever I go to the doctor, I'm very concerned about the scale because it freaks me out. It's like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to see the numbers. I'm always 2 pounds heavier there than I was here. So I got on the scale this week, very afraid, and I was at 202.8. I haven't seen 202.8 in a long time. So that to me is a definite win. From my highest weight since I was doing Weight Watchers, that is about a 6-pound drop, but lots of inches have gone. So I'm feeling that now I'm starting to be in a weight loss pattern. Before I was just losing mostly inches, but now I'm in a weight loss pattern. All right. Okay. Cookies are out. Pork chops are still in. So let me see. Okay. They don't look as brown on top as the last ones I did, but my bottoms are brown. So let me show you what they look like. Now they don't spread out a lot, but they do firm up and they do get very brown. So 12 minutes is what it calls for. What did I do? I did 6 minutes plus another 4 minutes. I maybe need to put them back in for 2 more minutes. My chocolate chips are melting, and so these are very, very good. Have a good day now. See you later. Enjoy your errands. We're going to enjoy our meal in just a little bit. I'm going to do 2 more minutes on the top because I don't think I did my time right. I always like to do it on the right time. But anywho, you saw what they look like. They're a very good snack. It does not have the peanut butter base. So if you have a child like mine, Alana does not like peanut butter. So when I make the 3-ingredient peanut butter cookies, she will not eat them. So I had to find something different for her that she would eat. And then when I first made these cookies, she was like, Mom, I don't think I'm going to like that. Now, if I put them in the freezer and sometimes I come home and I'm looking for some cookies and everything is not as it should be, and I'm like, where the cookies go, y'all? Oh, Mom, we just ate a few. Okay, I see you. So anyway, I like them. I think you should try them. Again, the recipe is low carb with Jennifer for her healthy chocolate chip cookies. Very few ingredients. Coconut oil or butter, Swerve, or whatever sweetener you have. We used stevia, the Aldi brand. 2 eggs, vanilla extract, almond flour, baking soda, salt, and Lily's chocolate chips. And if you don't want to use Lily's chocolate chips, you could use another chocolate chip, or I mean, you could use another, like the dark chocolate bark if you want to just crush that up, or like I said, the cacao nibs. And you just have to count those macros, or put your recipe into your app that you're using to count your macros. If you're doing that, if you're lazy keto and you're not counting, then like I said, you only need 1 or 2 of these and you should be satiated and satisfied with no problem. I am going to let you see these when they come out because they should be a little bit brown now, more brown than they were. I think I got my time wrong. I put 10 minutes instead of 12 minutes. It's supposed to be 12 minutes, right? Cook time, it says 10 minutes. But did I put it on 12 minutes last time? I don't remember. I'm not putting it on the broiler. You can put it on the broiler, Mom, like he the chef.
1 minute.
Boy, bye. Boy, bye. Boy, bye. Boy, bye. Just be done. Goodbye. All right, that is it. They are out. And they are done. Like I said, I just like to see them a little bit more brown. And so they don't flatten out. So if you want them more flat, then I would just flatten them on the pan. And then, of course, they would take the shape of whatever, you know, you flatten them. But they are really, really good. They're hot. Jackson's over here like, can I have some? They're really, really hot, bud.
I know, Mom.
Anywho, we just wanted to share that little treat with you guys. We hope you try it. If you do, let us know. And we'll see you next time we're cooking keto in our kitchen. Bye now.